Hello ladies and gentlemen. I honestly can't believe how happy saying that line again makes me. As well as trying to update you on what is/has been going on, I'm going to be asking you guys a number of questions. To each question, I should have placed a corresponding comment in the comments. God, that sounds dumb. That you can thumbs up for a yes or thumbs down for a no. And if your answer cannot be expressed with a simple yes or no, simply leave a reply to that comment. First question. Did my intro sound different? You see, it's been one of the hardest things for me to say without coughing. And I am saying it different, but I think I might be overthinking it. With the actual difference being a lot less perceivable to you guys than it is to me. I think one of the reasons I've been so bad at getting out an update is that every time I have found myself able, I have not been able to work out where to start. Spending so much time and effort trying to work out what to do that I end up being able to do nothing. And the longer there was nothing, the better the update had to be. Or at least in my head, it did. So for this update, I am recording whatever I can, and then in post I will try to fix it into some sort of coherent whole. But if I ever sound like I'm repeating myself or saying something out of order, that is most likely why. First off, I need to say thank you to you all for the comments and the messages you got to me in one way or another. I cannot express how much they have meant. They have always put a smile on my face, and they often came at times when I needed to smile. Secondly, I need to apologise to all of you that I said something along the lines of, "You're right, I need to get out an update," then never got one out. Or I guess now that I did, but not in the time frame that I told you. I would also like to thank all the people who have subbed in the times that I've been inactive, as knowing I am still bringing a little bit of enjoyment to people also gives me a reason to smile. Now onto the matter of content, as without it, what is a channel? Now in general, recording is still going to be hard for me, but I am hoping if I can find a way, say doing it in shorter bursts, while it may limit me to a small amount of content a week, small is infinitely more than zero, and more importantly, I might be able to manage that on a regular basis. Although don't expect it starting straight away, as for one, I need your guys' input, and two, I have lost most, if not all, of the art, media, and config files, basically everything that helped me run the channel. So even if everything else was perfect, it would take me a while to get things up and running again smoothly. I want to try to start a new Let's Play, or at least try to. Starting small with just one Let's Play with smaller than normal episodes, say only 10-15 minutes long, and while also trying to keep a larger buffer than I would normally prefer to. With these two steps, I'm hoping that I'll be able to keep the content coming to you guys on a regular basis, even if it is, say, only 2 hours a week total. And so, because if you are watching this, you are likely some of the most patient viewers ever, I want to know what game you guys and gals would enjoy seeing. So if you can reply to my Let's Play comment with your suggestions, I will be using them to make a second video, hopefully soon, where you can all vote. I just want to take your guys' suggestions first, because I'll likely miss a game or a particular scenario which you guys will be interested in, or maybe even have been requesting while I haven't been able to make any videos. I am also considering doing some videos, say once a week, of the skeptical reply variety, sort of in the vein of these guys. Links in the description and anywhere and everywhere else I can put them that makes sense. Basically replying to and or debunking, depending on the video, a stupid YouTube video or Kickstarter or article or, well, anything really. So feel free to send me all the stupid things that you think it would be funny and or interesting to see me reply to. I wouldn't post them onto this channel. If I get this off the ground, I will post it to a new channel. I think I partly want to do this because as I am struggling to concentrate and basically just not feeling mentally my best, I would like to be able to prove to myself at least I am not at the bottom of the totem pole. And honestly, I still want to try making some type of educational how-to style content. The main stumbling block for this type of content has been writing out what I guess would be the equivalent of the lesson plan, because I can't seem to concentrate on writing them for long periods, and for lack of a better word, I haven't had the consistency with being on and off different medication. To really start making this content, I think I need to be able to just sit down for an hour a day, but I need to be able to do that every day, or at least consistently a couple of times a week. I'm curious if there's any topics you guys would be particularly interested in me making this type of content for. Again, I should have a comment down in the comments section below for you to reply to answering this question. Another idea is weekly update videos / vlogs as a way to keep you all up to date on my projects, even if there is no actual content coming out of them. Maybe also include non-YouTube related content. So other things possibly like health, my weight, exercise routines, how I'm doing at learning a language, getting my 3D printer working, boxes for my racking, learning any other skills in general. I would love to have all of your input on if you would like to see this type of stuff at all, and if there's anything in particular you would like to see, not like to see. I'm thinking that this would go on to the old Dr. Nick Doom channel, being that that's the one sort of named after me, so I would sort of claim that channel back as a personal channel, which is actually how I use it for watching content. And obviously HouseDoom would still be for Let's Plays, and I believe, depending on how I've set this out, I believe I've mentioned possibly creating other... I'm going to get this out in one now. Possibly creating other channels for the other type of content that I've mentioned. Now to quickly cover the topic of my health. If I start coughing, I often end up coughing more. If I end up coughing more, I have a good chance of blacking out from it. Trying to manage it takes a lot of my mental effort, and as you guys probably already know, I'm dyslexic, so just trying to keep the letters straight on the page or the screen was already a fair bit of effort. So now it can get to the point where it's not just letters and numbers moving around, but the walls and the floor, if they have particular types of patterns, start seeming like the water, which is probably part of the reason why I'm as much of a klutz as I normally am. I just didn't really notice it happening before. And honestly, if that last bit didn't make much sense, I've been trying to explain how the things move about since I was a kid, and I don't think I've ever been good at it, so that's the best that, scary to say this, but decades have come up with. I can seem to put extra effort in for short periods of time and be relatively normal, but doing so I pay for with multiple times more time where I'm useless. As a quick example, some of my mates will convince me to go out for a night somewhere. I can act normal while I'm out, and then when I get back, it's a day or two's rest and recuperation. And I know I still am, someone who doesn't get hangovers, so the whole idea of paying for a night out with that just seems wrong to me. But one thing I do want to say is, in general, I'm fine. Even if for whatever reason there's no more updates from this point, don't worry. It's unlikely that this is going to take me, for lack of a better way of saying it. I'm purposely trying to record these bits in longer sittings because I think it gives you a better example. I might be off work, I might be struggling to do this hobby of YouTube, but I'm not completely bedridden. I'm not, I don't know how else to say it. While it is sort of putting a pause on my life, I'll get fixed, I'll start again, and I'll be fine. That's the main thing. They'll fix me, I'll be fine. I guess I should also give a update on my PC's health, as the last photo I showed you was of my temporary PC, which was an old office-style desktop that was opened up, splayed up, with a beefier power supply and a graphics card that I couldn't fit in, but made fit in. My main PC is up and running again. It's actually in a new case, so it's no longer in them two side-by-side towers. It's actually in a case with a basement, which just seems weird, but yes, my case has a basement, and while it is up and running, I am recording it on this. There's a few things which have bugged me. Putting Windows on it for some reason. My version of Windows has gone from Windows 10 Pro to Windows 10 Home. I originally bought it as Windows 8, I believe, but either way, which has meant my RAID array no longer works, so I think before I actually get to recording any consistent content, it's all going to be wiped and started again. But it is up and running. For those of you who are curious, I can't remember what I wrote in that other update about what, or if I knew at the time what was wrong with the PC, but I think I actually traced it down to a small scratch on the back of the motherboard, which I fixed with some clear nail varnish. I think it was shorting on the case. Was annoying as hell to find, and I'm glad it's working, although I will be honest, the first time I set this PC to render out a number of videos like I used to make, where it would render overnight, I wouldn't want to take bets on whether it actually makes it through. I don't know if clear nail varnish is really a good solution to that problem. But it's working for now, and honestly, that type of bodge on such a complicated machine does make me smile a bit.